raftech.org.
Is privacy just marketing? We were winding down from another long day. My friend had decided to check up on me as I was laid up with a really bad cold for about a week. His voice was most welcomed over the phone. How did we end up talking about cybersecurity and privacy? It's always something we both try our best to implement, in spite of the challenges. What challenges? In the age of data breaches and digital espionage, privacy has become a marketing buzzword, exploited by tech giants to create an illusion of protection. Yet, actions speak louder than words, and the reality is that many technology companies continue to trample over personal privacy rights through deceptive practices, confusing user agreements, and the circumvention of privacy-enhancing technologies. This investigative report will delve into the dark corners of the tech industry, exposing the truth behind the privacy facade. Privacy policies, the art of deception. Technology companies are notorious for their lengthy, complex privacy policies, often filled with vague language and legal jargon that obfuscates the truth. A study conducted by the Norwegian Consumer Council in 2020 found that most users are unaware of what data is being collected and how it is being used due to convoluted privacy policies. The report concludes that the widespread use of complex, vague, and unintelligible terms and conditions undermines the notion of informed and meaningful consent in digital services. A prime example of this deception is Google, which was hit with a $57 million fine by France's Data Protection Authority, the CNIL, in 2019 for lack of transparency, inadequate information, and lack of valid consent regarding the personalization of ads. In simpler terms, Google's privacy policy was intentionally unclear and confusing, preventing users from making informed decisions. Data collection. Beyond the pale, Facebook, the social media behemoth, is no stranger to controversy surrounding privacy abuses. I guess they try to separate themselves a little by focusing on the achievements of the new parent company, Meta, in the press. Anyway, the Cambridge Analytica scandal revealed the unethical harvesting of millions of users' data without consent, ultimately proving that user privacy took a backseat to monetizing personal information. This exploitation of user data was not an isolated incident, it was just the tip of the iceberg. In 2019, Facebook agreed to pay a record-breaking $5 billion fine to the Federal Trade Commission (FTC), following a wide-ranging investigation into the company's privacy practices. The settlement imposed new privacy and data security requirements on the social media giant, acknowledging the severity of their misconduct. Though the countless individuals that had their privacy sold by Facebook may be wondering why they were not recipients of any of that lawsuit loot. Circumventing privacy-enhancing technologies. Technology companies often develop and deploy privacy-enhancing technologies, PETs, to assure users that their privacy is being protected. However, a 2021 study published in the Journal of Cybersecurity exposes the dark side of PETs, revealing that organizations may simply circumvent or manipulate these technologies to collect user data covertly. The researchers conclude that PETs often provide a false sense of security to users, while companies continue their data collection practices unscathed. So when we say that these tech firms circumvent and manipulate technology, what tactics are they employing? There are many, and I won't be able to go over them all here. However, here are a few. 1. Device fingerprinting. This technique involves collecting information about a user's device, such as the operating system, installed fonts, among others, to create a unique identifier. This identifier can then be used to track the user across different websites and platforms, even if they have disabled cookies or taken other privacy measures. 2. Data brokering. Data brokers collect and aggregate personal information from various sources, including public records and online activity, and sell this information to third parties, such as advertisers or other companies. This practice often occurs without the knowledge or consent of the individual, posing significant risks to privacy. 3. Web beacons and tracking pixels. These small, often invisible, images or pieces of code can be embedded in websites or emails to monitor user activity, such as when a user opens an email or accesses a web page. This information can be used to build profiles of individuals, which can be exploited for targeted advertising or other purposes. 4. Location tracking. Mobile apps and services often collect location data from users, which can reveal sensitive information about their daily activities, habits, and preferences. Even when location services are disabled, tech firms may still be able to infer a user's location using other data points, such as IP addresses or Wi-Fi networks. 5. Social media platforms collect vast amounts of user data, including personal information, posts, likes, and interactions. This data can be used for targeted advertising or even shared with third parties without users' knowledge or explicit consent. 6. Shadow profiles. Companies may create profiles of individuals based on data collected from friends, acquaintances, or other sources, even if the individual does not have an account with the service. These profiles can be used for targeted advertising and other purposes, raising significant privacy concerns. The narrative of tech companies placing user privacy first is often a smoke and mirrors game, designed to divert attention away from their invasive data collection practices. By examining privacy policies, instances of non-consensual data collection, and the manipulation of privacy-enhancing technologies, it becomes clear that for many tech giants, privacy is just marketing, a misleading mantra that conceals a far darker reality. What can we do to protect ourselves, or at least make it a little more difficult to roll over and give up our privacy to people and organizations we do not know? This will be a subject for our next article, but we would love to hear your thoughts and steps you've already taken to protect your personal privacy.